Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 6 of What If Naruto Fuse with Minato, Kushina and Kurama. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, I posted the final episode. Yes guys, the final episode of What If Naruto got a new tail beast from the Shinigami, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And also over Anime King, I posted a brand new episode of What If Naruto Awaken His True Potential, so go ahead and check out that as well guys. And if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy, so go ahead, click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, wasting more time, what needs to be leap on into this new episode. Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Jiraiya was making his way towards Kiri to gather information on this Naruto, the Tail Beast Killer. His name was hot around the nation right now. The reason being, he had recently left Kiri, and the thing was, he wasn't allied to the village. That meant he was a lone ninja. Lone ninjas tend to not survive long enough in the outside world, especially if they were not from a ninja village. Either they got attacked or they got offered a chance to join a hidden village. That is why many villages, including the Stone and Kumo, was after him, as Konoha was sending Jiraiya there. Danzo had spoken to Hiruzen about the matter, as Danzo was baffled when he looked at the Fourth Kage photo. Torun had went through the Anbu captain mind that went there, so Danzo was able to get a good look at the enemy. And he looked just like Minato except for the red hair. The features were similar, and he got Danzo wondering, especially since he possessed the name of Naruto, the former Jinchuriki of their home. Now that was concerning, as he was not sure exactly what was going on there. Meanwhile, Konan met Naruto, the Tail Beast Killer, as she remembered what happened. The masked man had informed them about where he was located. Although they were not sure who he was yet, they decided to send a spy in, and who better than Konan to see what exactly he was all about. So Konan tracked him down, and she sat and ate ramen with him. As she spoke to him, he was, well, prideful and defensive, not really falling into traps easily because of the way he set himself. However, when she told him that she had a mission to embark on, and if he would like to join her, after all, she presumed to tell him that she was also a lone ninja as well. Naruto accepted, but he warned her if she was luring him into a trap, he would kill her. She told him that it was a good thing that she was not. Konan was playing her role rather well, as she pretended to be a calm, uncaring much individual. As they made their way, it took them a couple of while to get to Yakikor. She was the one that spoke to the village leader there, as Naruto waited on her. The rumors are that these forces were immortal. However, it was just because of their quantity and the way they acted after getting injured, like it did not bother them, because they were not truly immortal. However, they made their way out there. As Naruto was a touch sensor, Konan realized that. However, she didn't know much more about him. But this was an opportunity for her to find out. As they made their way to find this group. The group consisted of a guy known as Hidan, as he asked him if he came to join Lord Jashin as well. However, Naruto rebutted his statement, calling his lord a fool, making Hidan really pissed off as he attacked Naruto. Konan fended off the others as she wanted to see what Naruto was capable of. After he had punctured Hidan with his chains, the man merely laughed off to show that he was, well, truly immortal. As he sliced Naruto and got his blood, he then proceeded to lick that blood off his staff. However, Naruto found his stabbing to be rather pathetic, as they were not even that bad, as he healed almost instantaneously, and Konan noticed that as well. His healing rates were on the gifting that the Bichus get to their container. His mind was also incredibly sharp as he threw Hidan out of his pentagram on the ground rather quickly, as it didn't take him too long to arrive in front of Hidan and proceeded to beat the absolute crap out of him, as Naruto ripped him limb from limb, showing him that he was nothing compared to him, before he tossed each of his limbs in the opposite direction, as he threw his head into the ocean. As they returned back to the village, however, someone arrived and fetched Hidan out of the ocean and brought his limbs back together. After all, he would be a good person to join the organization right now, as Hidan's head was cursing the entire time in rage. However, the person rescued him. Konan split the money that she got, as she gave Naruto half of it, thanking him for his help upon this mission. She gave him a paper, a way of finding him anywhere he was, to locate him whenever she had a mission for him. He did not see the problem as he obliged her for that. So with that, she flew off, going back to give her report. As much as she got, it was not enough, so she would have to spend more time to find out who exactly he was. And the amount of power that he possessed was nothing normal, of course. However, she didn't sense any tail beast chakra. No, that was strange. And given his healing abilities, this guy was just an enigma. As Naruto made his way after a couple of weeks, his name spread even more in the Elemental Nation. Jiraiya finally arrived at the location where Naruto had faced off against Hidan, as he spoke to the village leader there. The village leader would not mention Konan's name because of the organization. However, Naruto was a different matter altogether. Meanwhile, Naruto was making his way. So far, he hadn't run into anything bad. With the money that he got from the mission, he was comfortable for a while. However, making his way to a small town, he ran into someone that he hadn't seen in a long while. Because of the memories, he noticed her as he made his way after her. However, when he made his way outside, she was gone. Stepping out, he realized that he was none other than Tsunade. However, she thought that he was a debt collector, as she swinged her fist to knock him clean out and get the hell out of here. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check out for yourself, and also guys, stay in tune for the rest of what is coming your way, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. Links will be down in the description for the other channels, so go ahead and check them out guys, and yeah, let's begin this now guys. Konan stood in front of Nagato and the masked man to bring back what she had found out. I made interaction with this Naruto, she said. His attitude is one of distrust. He was not easily willing to go along with my plan. However, I was able to convince him, with him threatening to kill me if I ever decided to cross him. His attitude is one of pure arrogance. The way he carried himself, he seemed to fear absolutely nothing. As we stride into the village, the newest recruit that Zetsu has brought back, Hidan, he does have immortality. He was pierced directly through the heart. From what I've been able to take in, this Naruto was able to use chains that were formerly used in the Uzumaki clan. Saying that, she glanced towards Tendo, but she said nothing upon that topic about the Uzumakis. His chains were virtually indestructible. Hidan's sight was not able to break through them, however. Because of his immortality, Hidan could put his body into very dangerous situations. The battle though did not last long. Hidan has his ability to share his pain with others once he gets your blood. As the masked man just looked at her, taking all of this in. However, Naruto did not fear it one bit. Even though there was a chance of his death, he relished in the pain. He actually started to mock Hidan. His intellect is rather superior as well. He was able to figure out Hidan's technique within a matter of few seconds. He then proceeded to tore Hidan from limb to limb. I'm sure you got that back when Zetsu brought the body back. However, Hidan still lived because of his once again immortality. I have given this Naruto a paper that I can use to locate him. He doesn't have a problem with doing jobs for me, or the one that I will find to send his way. He's being cooperative for the moment, and he doesn't seem to be allied with any other nation. As far as he tells me, he's a freelancer. And how powerful do you reckon him to be? Asked the masked man. While I sense no Bichu chakra located anywhere near him, his chakra is strange. If he is indeed a Uzumaki, his chakra is the strongest I've ever felt before. It is versatile. If you think of the normal person's chakra being a rushing stream, his chakra would be a stream of pure mud. It's thick, unpenetrable. And once he was fighting head-on, the angrier he get, the more his chakra rise. And from what I could judge, it was about the level of 10 Jonin level ninjas. Elite Jonin level ninjas. And it just kept on rising. There seemed to be no end to it or stopping it. He does not fully trust me. That is a fact. So I will have to spend more time to gain his trust. However, he's on his own for now. He seemed to be aware of the other villages hunting him. He know that his name is out there. However, in our travels we did not come across any other ninja that might be hunting after him. And I was unable to find out anything about the Kyuubi without revealing myself. And as I said once again, he does not fully trust me. Well, this is interesting. From the reports that you've given back so far, he's clearly a dangerous person with absolutely no background. Recently popped up out of nowhere. There's been no rumors or sightings of him. And once again, the link between him and Naruto Uzumaki is great, because you do believe that he's a Uzumaki as well. And judging by his red hair, that can also be proven. However, you said you sense no TLB's chakra within him, correct? As Konan nodded. Well, no, this is strange. We have a rather huge anomaly on our hands. Word has been spreading around the elemental nation of him. If he's aware of this, and the way you say he carry himself, I doubt that he want to be captured by any of the other nations. However, that means it won't be easy to convince him to join our cause. That is where you come in, Konan. There's a lot more to find out about this Naruto the TLB's killer. I believe that he will be a good join for the organization. The Uzumaki chains are the perfect weapon against any TLBs. And with those chains of his, he will be able to subdue any of the Jinjulkis that we come across, which would be more easy for us. Thus, we need to find a way to convince him to join us. And we need to find out more about him. We need to find out who exactly he is. Where does he come from, and if he is indeed Naruto Uzumaki. And if he is, one of the biggest questions we have right now, where is the Nine Tails? The Nine Tails will take some time to reform if he's not the container, so that means we have time. However, if he is the container, that means he has done something to the beast, which is crucial to our plans, and we must find out what. So I can assure that he will continue on with his task. He said, looking towards Konan. For the good of the organization, I will do it, she said, making it sure that he knew that this wasn't because of him, as she was not doing this for him. Why, of course, he said, in that tone that she hated so much. Meanwhile, that was going on. Tsunade Senju, one of the last remaining Senjus on the planet, found herself picked up off the ground before she was thrown. Her body smashed into the garbage bins. As she got up with a groan, a rather pissed off look on her face. She knew that she was being watched ever since she left the bar. She thought that it was the debt collector coming after her, so she thought that she would just knock him out and get it over with. However, as she tried to attack him, she found herself being grabbed by, surprisingly, chains. The next thing she knew, she was thrown towards the bins. She got up as fast as possible though, now more pissed off than usual. After all, she just lost a huge sum of money to gambling, and she was not in a good mood at all. She owed a ton of debt, and she just lost. Seeing the fire in her eyes, Naruto raised both hands. Calm down, Tsunade, he said. I am not here to fight. Every single amount of rage left her at that moment, her eyes going wide in shock to what he said. What did you just call me? She asked him. As Naruto wondered what she was talking about, he called her, holy shit. He messed up. Did you just say Tsunade? She asked. As a memory quickly flashed past her mind, a younger Kushina was being teased by Tsunade, as she was calling her tomato because of her hair and her face turning extremely red. You're one to talk, Tsunade. Tsunade? That's not really an insult to my name. Well, Suna for your name, and Ta for those large cow tatas that you have that are too big for your body. What? I'll have you know I was blessed by Kami with these. Don't complain just because you're flat. What? I'm not flat. Well, compared to me, you are, said Tsunade. as she laughed at the expression on Kushina's face. She was the only one to this day to ever call her that name. In the flashback, what did you just call me? This was bad. There was too much things that he might slip up and say. There were so many memories of his past with her, but not his memories. However, he guessed it was his now. After all, he was his own person now, but the memories were still there. And there was so much. Tsunade looked at him with a calculated gaze. Those chains. That red hair. Tsunade stepped closer as Naruto stepped back. However, an image of Kushina appeared above his head as she looked at that image. Another image of Minato appeared as she tried to mix the two of them together. And what she got was a resemblance of this person in front of her. It looked like him, but there was something missing. His face was shaped in a different angular way. However, it definitely looked like him. As she stepped closer now and she started to feel a chakra. The chakra felt off, but she could definitely feel. She knew that chakra signature, it was so familiar. At first she thought that she was just overthinking things, but now that she took a closer look, and now that she saw his chains. No way, she thought to herself. This didn't make any sense at all. Who are you, she said, confused by what was going on. I'm afraid that we haven't met before. Don't give me that bullshit. Your chakra. It's so familiar and yet so different. Those chains. Only the Uzumakis are capable of doing that. I am a distant relative to the Uzumakis, so you can't fool me there. And not to mention your hair. This bright red color. How dense your chakra is, and that name. Kushina Uzumaki is the only one to ever call me that name. No one else. So tell me, who the hell are you? Tsunade-sama? She turned as Shizune was behind her. Shizune. As she turned back round, however. What the hell? Tsunade-sama, who are you talking to? Where did he go? Who? Shizune asked. He was just right here. Tsunade leaped up to the roof. Tsunade-sama, she said. She made her way up there. Shizune looking around. Who are you looking for? You didn't see him? See who? Shizune asked. Tsunade knew that she wasn't losing her mind. Of course not. She was just talking to a person a moment ago. Something really strange is going on, and I intend to find out what the exact hell is going on. And she would not let this go. It's not like she had much else to do anyway. But whoever this person was, they were somehow linked to Kushina. That name, those chains, there was no mistaking that. And she was going to find out who the hell this person was. A few days later, Tsunade came across someone that she was not expecting to see. She sighed in annoyance as there he was with a big goofy grin on his face. Long time no see, Hein, he said, happy as ever. She supposed she didn't have a reason to be angry at him, however. What do you want, Jiraiya, she said. What? A teammate can't visit their own teammate and just come and say hi. She gave him a look. Fine. I was just passing through, he said. What are you doing all the way out here? These aren't your neck of the woods. Actually, I was looking for someone. You know, you'd be useful in this endeavor. Jiraiya raised an eyebrow. Asking for my expertise now, are you? He said. She gave him a dry, blank look. Fine, who are you looking for? He asked. As he knew that bringing up the topic of Konoha was not something she wanted to hear right now, and that would just, well, ruin the mood between them that they had right now talking. His name is Naruto. Jiraiya's eyes widened in shock. Wait, you mean the recent popular Naruto the Tail Beast Killer? Yeah, she said, raising an eyebrow. You sure came up with that quickly. What are you really doing out here? She asked him. Wait, he said, ignoring her question for the moment. Why are you looking for this Naruto? She gave him a look. You're not gonna help me if I don't tell you, are you? She said. Well, Hein, I have to know what I'm getting myself into. She sighed in annoyance. Fine. It's just that he reminds me of someone. It's not anything too big or anything. Can you help me find him? After all, you claim to be the world's best spy master. So do you happen to know where he is? Well, I am the world's best spy master, but to key you in, I'm kind of looking for him as well. No, that confused Tsunade. Why? She said. Wait, don't tell me that Konoha is trying to recruit him as the other villages are. You seem to be well informed, said Jiraiya. I did my research, after all. If I'm looking for someone, I expect to find him. So you know that almost all of the nations are looking for him right now. Well, given the things I've heard about him, not to mention that moniker of his, Tail Beast Killer, there's no doubt that the other nations will be after him to bolster their ranks. After all, not many people in this day and age can kill a tail beast. Yes, subdue a Jinjulki is one thing, but kill a tail beast is another. Tell me, you've already went to Kiri, haven't you? Yeah, said Jiraiya. However, the Mizukage was not willing to tell me much. Wait, they already chose a Mizukage? Who is he? Actually, it's her. Her name is Mei Terumi. Huh, well that's surprising, said Tsunade. I guess she's the first female Kage. Yeah, you're right about that, said Jiraiya. Well, she sure is a tough and dangerous woman. She come off with this slick, kind of seductive persona. However, she's a cryptic, dangerous person. If I wasn't on my toes, she would have been able to overcome me. Not by physical attributes, but however, by the way she talks. She's smart, I must give her that. So she didn't tell you anything about this Naruto? No, said Jiraiya. Why exactly are you looking for him? Is Konoha really trying to capture him like the other villages to bolster their rank? Jiraiya sighed. Why don't we grab a drink and I'll fill you in about what I'm doing? After all, it would be nice to be partnered up once again, he said. Look, I'm not looking for some partnership. I just want to find him quickly. Well, grab a drink with me and I'll tell you all I know. Fine, she said as they made their way towards the bar. Going in the bars, they made their way towards the back booth. Hey, where's your apprentice? She's off doing some business for me. Never mind her. Now tell me, what do you know? Fine, fine, he says. He ordered 2 drinks. Well, you remember I told you that Minato and Kushina had a kid? Yeah. When you were down in the dumps. When you just lost them. Did you ever go there to... Well, I mean, take care of him, she asks. Come on, Haim, me? Taking care of a kid? Do you want me to screw his life up? However, there was no humor in his tone. Just pure sadness. What's going on, she said. Huh, you're really out of the loop, aren't you? Well, I haven't been going around gathering information, if that is what you mean. Well, that kid recently died, said Jiraiya. Tsunade looked down, feeling rather shameful at that. Despite the long distance, she and Kushina was family. There was a long distance between them, but they were related in a sense. That meant she was related to that kid in a way. Well, she never was there for his life. It's not like showing up now or doing anything about it would change a thing. So what happened, she said. He died on a mission. Wasn't too well prepared. She heard the regret in Jiraiya's tone, knowing that he didn't want to talk about this subject for much too longer. However, why was he bringing it up? Jiraiya, there's more. This kid name was Naruto Uzumaki. Tsunade raised eyebrow. Like Naruto the Tail Beast Killer? Yeah. We're not sure what happened there, however. He fell off the bridge at Land of Wave and then this Naruto Tail Beast Killer popped up. Wait, how old was that kid? I mean, the age difference has to be... Yeah, I know, said Jiraiya, cutting her off. But stranger things have happened in this world. Wait, so you want me to believe that this Naruto Uzumaki is this Naruto Tail Beast Killer? Yeah, I know it might sound crazy. No, it doesn't. Jiraiya was shocked. Wait, you actually believe me? I never told you why I was looking for him. Look, all cards on the table right now. The reason I'm looking for him is simple. I met up with him recently. You did? Yeah. However, he said something. He called me a name that only one person in this world has ever called me before. And that was Kushina. And not to mention he possessed chakra chains. So if anything else, he is a Uzumaki. However, the way he looked at me, the look in his eyes is like he knows me. And before I could question him on that, he ran away. So I believe that he definitely knows something. Or that he is somewhat related to this. The smile on Jiraiya's face was one of pure happiness. You seem joyful at this news. Haim, I thought I failed Minato and Kushina by getting their son killed because I was never there. I know that this was just a wild goose chase, but I had to do something to keep me occupied. If I didn't, I would throw myself into a of self-loathing and pity. So I had to do something. Yeah, I can understand that, she said as she sipped from her drink. So if there is even a slim chance, I'm gonna find him and get some answers out of him. And I'm coming along. You are? I thought you wouldn't care about this. Just to savor my curiosity, she said. So I'm coming along. Deal with it. Hey, I'm not against it, he said. Besides, you can keep up. However, she was lying. She really wanted to know if this was indeed true. And what was the link that he had between Kushina. If some strange thing did happen, she wanted to find out. She didn't know why, but she just needed to find out. Let's go get Shizune, and let's move, she said. As there wasn't much left in this town to do after all, she already lose a jackpot here. While she was searching, she was still gambling, of course. Meanwhile that was going on, it has been a couple of days since he had fled from Tsunade. He might have slipped up and called her that name by accident. And now he realized what kind of deep shit he put himself in. Because no one else called her that name except for Kushina. He really hoped that she just let it go and went about her drinking ways, although it kind of felt bad to think of her like that, knowing that she lost so much and it broke her to the point where she cannot return back to the village. It was too painful. He shook his head. As he was a different person now, it was not time to focus on that. He had other things to do at the moment. One in particular was his target in front of him. As Naruto went over the red book in his hand, it was a bingo book of the enemies of the elemental nation, and he had found one of his targets. The listing in the bingo book gave off their last location. He had stayed here for the night and surprised, and the next morning, he saw his target passing through. Given that the bingo book entry was a month old, well, he guessed he just run into some good luck. This guy was Aoi Rokusho, possessor of the Thunder God Blade of Konoha, wanted dead or alive. His bounty was 15 million Ryu, quite a hefty sum. In the past few days, Naruto had set up a bank account. Out of any of the major region, it was a local bank, so he wouldn't have to go into any of the main villages to get his money. And besides, the bounty houses are not directly in Konoha, so there is no need for him to go to the village just to drop off the body. All he has to do was get Aoi's head, and then he can get his payment. After all, ninja tools and supplies, those weren't cheap. Hotels and food, those weren't cheap either. And now that he's on the road, not really having that much to himself, he wondered what he should do. Should he buy a house? Or should he just keep on renting hotels every now and then? He didn't know. In actuality, he didn't know what he was going to do with his life from now on. But a part of him didn't want him to go to Kiri yet. A part of him wanted him to experience what life has to offer. It was like he never had a chance to because it was taken away so early. A part of him was taken away though. The two of them died before they could experience life much and raise their child. And another part of him was too young. And then there was another that lived for 1,000 years, but throughout those years he was captured and locked away, which was hell. But now he was free to do as he pleased and go where he pleased. So yeah, he had freedom. As he stalked his targets, the man was heading towards the Hidden Rain location. Judging from what the bingo book said, he had defected to the Hidden Rain and become a ninja there. However, he was still wanted within Konoha. Naruto came to a stop. He realized that he had two unique things. For one, he was a touch sensor. The other, he was able to sense emotions, negative, pleasant, greed, rage. He was able to sense through a person's chakra and tell what their desire was towards them. And that was a big benefit, a big boost. He could sense that Aoi was completely unaware because he had no ill intent towards anything around him. However, Naruto was able to suppress his power greatly. Considering that he possessed such massive reserves, it was rather incredible that he can do so. However, his power was stored somewhere inside of him. It was like his power was caged away. He can bring it out when he wanted to. Other than that, people think of him as a normal Jonin level ninjas. And at this level, he can suppress his chakra down to a normal civilian. As he hid and waited, as he waited for the other two, as he saw two shinobis from the Hidden Rain appear, they made their way towards Aoi as they started to talk to him. Now the three of them were going the opposite direction. It seems like they left something, however Naruto could not allow them to go back to the village. He was going to end this right here and now. Meanwhile, Aoi Rokusho, he was arrogant, cocky, and because he possessed the Thunder Blade, he believed that he was untouchable, some sort of unstoppable god, and that nothing in his path could stop him. However, he knew there were certain people that could put him to shame, like the Angel and Kami, that was located in the Hidden Rain. He would never try to go up against them, as he had just met up with the team, as they were currently going on a mission to... Aoi looked up as he saw someone a few feet up ahead. Who the hell is... The person vanished. Aoi felt a shocker, however. It felt like the person was blinking in and out. Something was... He heard a hit behind him as he turned. He saw his two teammates groan in agony as they collapsed on their knees. The fist that buried in their stomach was enough to knock the both of them out. Aoi instantly pushed himself back, not caring about them at the moment as he pulled out his blade, surprised that someone could get behind him so quickly without him even noticing. Who the hell are you? It was then that Aoi noticed his face. That description has been flying around lately. Wait, I know you. You do? Yes. You're the one that is known as Naruto, the Tail Beast Killer. Huh. Surprised to find you all the way out here. You know, there's a lot of nations after you. No bounties on your head yet, however. They want you. Judging that you just knocked out two of my teammates, I doubt that you came here to chat. Yes, that's correct. In fact, I'm here for your head. Is that so? Said Aoi. The electricity started to crackle in the blade. Do you have any idea who I am? Your reputation has just started, but I am Aoi Rokusho, the wielder of the Thunder God Blade. Do you really think that you, a up-and-coming nobody, can stand up against me? Well, you gravely misunderstand the Naruto move. Aoi was confused as Naruto appeared in front of him. However, years of training with his blade kicked in as he brought the blade down. But to his surprise, a chain shot from Naruto's shoulder and grabbed his wrist, stopping the blade. Thus, Naruto pulled his palm back before he proceeded to slam it in Aoi's chest. The man staggered back, unable to catch his breath, as Naruto moved in and delivered two strikes to his sternum before he elbowed him right in the throat. Aoi gripped his neck as he dropped the blade, staggering back confused, his eyes watering, pain coursing through his entire being. The last thing he heard and saw was his own blade coming for his face, and then it was nothing. Nothingness. Naruto stood there as a head rolled off his shoulders, as he picked up the Thunder God Blade. This thing is really impressive, as Naruto filled it with chakra. The blade extended beyond its normal parameters. The lightning in it started to crackle strangely before it took on a new color, red, as it hummed ominously in his hand. Well. Seems like I got a little gift from this. He removed his chakra from it as it returned back to a handle. As he placed it in his pouch, he went through hand sign before he breathed out a small fire jutsu as he set the body ablaze. Making his way over, he picked up Aoi's head as he pulled out the scroll that he bought, placed it on it as he went through hand sign, and sealed it inside. He made his way towards the two teammates as he picked them up. He brought them with him towards a small cavern where no one would find them until they wake up, as he rested them down. He wasn't here after them. There was no reason they had to die as well. He then proceeded to make his way towards a bounty station. Given the close proximity to Konoha, Naruto bought a mask. Knowing that the sensors, if any one of them was sensors across the area, they could tell that he was wearing a transformation. He bought dye and dyes here black. As he made his way, he didn't have time to get into any hassle. He just wanted his money and to get the hell out of there. So far it has been uneventful. His trip took him a day to get there. Moving at high speed to get to place quickly. It didn't take him long to arrive towards the location. It was a large house of sorts, more like a establishment. There was no one outside. As Naruto proceeded to make his way inside, there were two people inside. Both of them were wearing black cloaks with red clothes on them. One of them had grey hair. As it came down towards his neck, He had a scar right above his left eye, and there was nothing too more distinguished about him. He was a bit on the bigger side. His partner wore a mask, with a headband for Taki that was stretched out. These two were missing names. However, Naruto did not care about them one bit. As long as they did not try anything, he would not really say anything to them. He noticed the one with the mask seemed to be angry at the one with a scar above his eye though. The one with the mask seemed really pissed off. Also, Naruto could feel the feelings of death coming from him. Like he truly wanted to kill him, however they seemed like partner. Not to mention they wore the same outfits. So he doubted he would kill his own partner. So with that, Naruto ignored them as he waited for his turn. The place wasn't that large. The back part was, however. It wasn't that large because much things were not necessary. The only thing that was needed was the head off. The missing in. The body was not needed. As Naruto watches the guy with the mask step in, it took him a few seconds to come back out, as he was holding on to a briefcase. He ignored that as the guys walked past him, the one with the mask looking him over. But he said nothing as he left the establishment, as Naruto made his way. A few minutes later, Naruto was grinning under his mask, as he was rather happy. However, as he stepped outside, he saw the same guy with a scar over his eye, embedded in the wall. He slammed right beside the wall, as Naruto was surprised. The same guy from before with the mask now had his hand extended, strange black threads coming out of it as he impaled his own partner, killing him right there and then. I told you not to piss me off, the green eye masked ninja said as he looked at his dead partner. He then glanced towards Naruto. What? He said, his tone coming out dark. Huh, you must be a real shitty partner if you were to kill your own comrade like that, said Naruto. The masked man looked towards him as Naruto knew that the man was already angry. From a single look, Naruto could feel all the emotions coming from the man. The man wanted him dead as well. However, your partner or you doesn't concern me, so I'll be taking my leave. As Naruto turned his back and started to walk away. Wind style. Pressure damage, he heard. Naruto turned as a colossal ear of wind shot towards him. The place was torn apart. As Kakuzu stood there, he was already pissed off. He had killed another partner of the Akatsuki. They were gonna have to find someone that doesn't piss him off. And then this nobody emerged and start to speak to him as he pleased. Kakuzu prided himself on being a very old shinobi. He had much experience, not to mention much arrogance as well. And these youngsters need to watch their tone. However, something was wrong. Kakuzu hardened his body at the right moment as a chain slammed in his shoulder, gouging the top part of his shoulder a bit. Kakuzu jumped back surprised. Surprised to see me alive? You know that was a dick move. I was just gonna leave, and you had to go and push it. I don't know who the hell you are, but you just sign your fate. And I'll be taking that suitcase of yours as payment for attacking me. As Kakuzu laughed, it came out dark and choppy. You think you can take my money, he said. There's a couple of things in this world that I don't joke about, and this is one. And for that, I'll make your death even more painful. You know, if you had just allowed me to walk away, I wouldn't have to kick your ass all over the place now. Well then, why don't you go ahead and give that shot to Kakuzu? Let's see who's gonna kick whose ass. Naruto thrust forward. As he stomped in the ground, Kakuzu noticed that it was breaking as he moved. He was fast and strong. Kakuzu spun around. As he hardened his body, he blocked a devastating kick. However, to his surprise, his feet slid back a bit. He reached out and grabbed onto the ankle. As he was about to yank it, however, chains pulled the ninja down to the ground. A Rasengan formed in Naruto's hand as he thrust it forward. However, Kakuzu quickly hardened his skin once again, but the Rasengan dissipated at the last moment. Kakuzu was confused. That is when he felt the buildup of chakra behind him. He was then grabbed as the clone, it seems, wrapped his body, using chains to secure him and turn his body around. Kakuzu struggled to escape as a mass ripped out of his shoulder and started to gather wind chakra quickly. Lightning release, Gale Palm! The lightning strike was too fast as it struck him and the clone. Kakuzu slammed into the wall of the building, crashing into it hard. He shook his head as he got to his feet, but a massive wall of water slammed into him, further pushing him deep in the wall. As Naruto appeared and drive his leg in Kakuzu's face, stomping on the man's face. Next time you will know to mind your place, you worm. However, Kakuzu's hand shot from the earth. As it came from behind, he tried to grab Naruto, but Naruto spun just in time, electricity flooding his hand as he tear right through the hand, severing it as it fell to the ground. He then turned and brought his hand down and smashed it in Kakuzu's chest, shredding the Akatsuki cloak. Kakuzu's body was hardened, but however, Naruto smiled. "You think that can stop me?" he says. He raised his fists. Kakuzu felt an enormous buildup of chakra. However, the masses quickly came to his front as they all gathered their elements and launched it at point blank range. A colossal explosion went off that tore apart the entire place. The man that was working outside rushed out toward the steps, peeping his head around the corner. What the hell was going on, he thought, as he hid himself, not want to get caught up, but he wondered what was going on out there. However, as he saw Kakuzu rose up, he looked around. His eyes widened as he saw Kakuzu's partner dead on the ground. So what was going on? Kakuzu picked himself up. His body returned to normal. That freak was able to break through his Earth Grudge Spear. For someone to possess such chakra, Kakuzu realized that he was wearing a mask. Maybe he was important, maybe he shouldn't have turned him into dust, maybe he had a bounty in his head. It was then that Kakuzu felt some people coming. From the distance it seems like they got some spectators. They seemed to be from the Hidden Leaf. Judging from the location, he really didn't have time to entertain them. He decided to just get the hell out of here. That is when he noticed something was missing. Wait, where the hell is my briefcase? As he looked around as he couldn't find his money anywhere. Just what in the hell is going on? Meanwhile, Naruto was calmly making his way. Yes, he would have stayed and killed that guy, however, he had a much better interest. He could feel the other Konoha ninjas, the Anvus, making their way. After all, they were close to the border, so they came to intervene to see what was going on, to make sure that they did not threaten their land. So Naruto decided to just get the hell out of there. While that guy did piss him off, he did get something in compensation. All of this money, Naruto thought as he held on to the two briefcases. However, he was sure that he would meet that guy again. The next time though, he would kill him. But for now, it's time to enjoy himself as he made his way. This was a lot more than he expected. He had his 15 million, and not to mention an extra 10 million. He didn't know who that guy turned in, however, they must be someone important. He is gonna put his 15 in the bank, and spend the 10. Not all of it at once though. However, he felt like he should enjoy himself. After all, it's not every day you just get $10 million. Time skip. At Konoha, it has been some time now since Jiraiya had left to find information regarding Naruto. Hiruzen sat in his chair as he leaned back. He figured that Jiraiya did not find anything, otherwise he would have been back already. So that meant it was going to be a longer time before he find this TLB's killer. There was still the other nations that were after him, however. It seems like he's been able to hide his presence so far. Maybe he was a censor. Yes, that must be it. After all, no one is able to find him yet. At the moment, Hiruzen went over the reports. The teams have excelled more than he thought. Starting with Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha has become immensely powerful, far stronger than he should in the past couple of months. His training had been completely exhausted, pushing himself to his absolute limit every day before he rests and start that once over again, as Kakashi had made sure to drill everything into them. Hiruzen realized after a few weeks that Sakura needed some more focus in a different art. So he made a little switch. Not permanently, however, for the time being. Kiba Inuyasaka was placed on Team 7. Just for the tutelage of Kakashi, Kiba was a brawl fighter. However, Sakura had the ability to learn genjutsu a lot because of the chakra pass that she possessed. So he switched them for a bit. And the girl had excel. Kurenai said that she was a young prodigy in genjutsu in the making. She took to the art of genjutsu well. Her chakra reserves were not high, however she was able to have complete control over them. And Kurenai has helped her grow them. Kiba was excelling under Kakashi as well because of the rivalry. It was a perfect matchup. Sasuke was strong and Kiba wanted to get stronger, however, he had to push himself hard to do so, and Sasuke didn't want to be passed. And Sai was neutral about the whole thing. Emotions being stunted by Danzo was a thing. Several more things had changed. Hinata Hayuka. The girl had become cold ever since Naruto's death. It seems the young heiress had feelings for the blonde. However, it really showed in her training. The elders were thinking of giving her back the position of becoming clan head. It was not fully taken away from her, but in the past, few months before, they were thinking of taking it away because her sister had been showing her that she was above her. However, Hinata, no longer held back by certain morals, was able to defeat her sister. But she still did not hurt her sister, because she still loved her, however, she defeated her. Hinata had a new goal now, a different mindset. She wasn't going to let her sister get the curse mark, or anyone else, because once she became clan head, she was going to destroy it. However, she couldn't allow them to find out, so she kept her feelings to herself, as she put a cool, dominant front forward. Shino was excelling, taking more with his family, as many of the clan heads want their children to participate in the upcoming June exams, and they want to see them prove to be great. As Yoshino had trained Shikamaru like he was trapped in some kind of hell regime, mostly on dodging and expanding his chakra reserves. As Shikamaru was rather stressed out about the whole thing, the Akimichi clan had taken to train Choji in different art of their fighting style. Even Ino Yamanaka, seeing that Sakura was getting stronger, start to develop as well. As the Konoha rookies were getting along quite well, they were a promising bunch for this year's Chunin exams, which was not too far away. Recently, he received a report that someone turned in the head of Aoi Rokusho. The person was unknown because they were in a mask, and their information was not really written down. However, there was some skirmish between this person and another outside. Harrison didn't really take note of that, but you wonder who was the one to take down Aoi. And if that was the case, where was the Thunder God blade? As he doubted though the person that took down Aoi would return the blade, they would most likely lie and said that it wasn't there or it got destroyed. So if anyone was to be spotted with that blade, they were supposed to be taken in, because the blade does not belong to them, it belonged to Konoha, the second Hokage to be exact. But now it was out of their reach. He hadn't received a message from Jiraiya yet, but knowing Jiraiya, he always did this. He did not report it until the time was too late, when he had actually found something. So Harrison simply waited for the man to report back in. But for now, there was nothing yet. He just hoped these upcoming Chunin exams would go well. Given the recent loss of their Jinchuriki, the other nations were not seeing Konoha as a stronghold that it once used to be. They were seeing it as much weaker. They lost Minato, they lost the Nine Tails. They lost many prominent shinobis, however. Konoha was still taking in the contracts. And soon the other nations will decide to rebel against that, thinking that they were more worthy of getting the other contracts than them, because they want the high-class missions. For now though, all he had to do was wait. And he even had to trust Danzo at the moment, because the man has been good over the couple of months. They had something beneficial to work towards, making sure that Konoha stay afloat after all. If that was not the case, well then, the village would definitely fall. So for now, all he had to do was wait until the opportunity shows itself for Konoha to show that they were still the top ninjas, by showing the other nations that the Genins were still on top of their game. Meanwhile that was going on, he didn't really like liquor that much, however, over the past few months he's taken a liking to it. Recently he came across some Kumo ninjas, however he was able to elude them by getting away. Several ninjas have been on his trail lately, as they really want to take him in to their leaders. The thing was, he didn't want anything to do in a major village right now. He was out here to understand himself and live a life that he could be proud of later on. Not be a part of any major village till now. After all, he did promise Materumi that he would return to Kiri, and she promised him there would be a home there for him, as long as he doesn't do anything stupid. However, the things that he went through, he was like a new person, and most of the time he felt awkward. Yes, he knew that he was a rather handsome person. Well, he didn't know that at first, however. The more time he spent in bars and places that were fancy, he found the opposite gender really turning towards him. He has not really done anything about it yet, nor has he slept with anyone. However, the more time passed, the more he felt urges. There was a lot of beautiful women across the Elemental Nation, most of them beyond stunning, and sometimes he couldn't help himself but indulge in some talks. However, he has not really done anything yet. Everything was new to him, like he has just been born a few days ago, except he was born an adult. It was strange. Sitting in the bar, he felt someone arrive. "You mind if I take a seat?" As he looked up to see a rather beautiful woman. Her hair reminded him of Konan's. It was the same shade. Her eyes were dark. She was wearing a green dress, with a rope wrapped around her waist. A yellowish rope. It matched her outfit as she was wearing thigh-high boots, red lipstick. She was indeed pretty. As she sat down beside him. "So, what's someone like you doing all out here by yourself? You seem new to all of this." "Am I really that obvious?" said Naruto as he leaned back, looking at her. "Well, I frequently go to bars, so yes, I can tell. Well, maybe I am new to all of this, but I'm not new to being a ninja. I can tell that you're a kunoichi, and you didn't just happen to come up on me like this. You were waiting outside." As a sly smile came to her lips. "So you notice. That means you are a censor, aren't you?" "Yes, that seemed to be the case. Now how can I help you? Please don't tell me that you're here to invite me to your home or anything." "Because I'm not going." As she merely smiled and reached over and placed a hand on his. Was she trying to seduce him? "I'm afraid I'm gonna need you to come with me. Trust me, you're gonna be fine." "Why the hell would I trust you? I don't even know you," said Naruto. "Well, my master really wants to meet you. After all, you've been the highlight of many across the Elemental Nation lately." As he looked behind her, "I can sense your teammates outside. 4 of them to be total." She raised an eyebrow, surprised that he could find them. After all, they were concealing themselves. His sensory ability was something special. "Well, aren't you full of surprises?" she said. "My name is Guren." As Naruto crossed his legs as he leaned back. "I don't believe I have to introduce myself. You must know who I am." "Yes, Naruto, the famous tail beast killer. I assure you, my master will make it worth your while if you indeed come along with me. After all, you are a bounty hunter. I'm guessing that you're in it for the money as well. My master can really make it worth a while." "And what exactly does your master want me to do?" "Well, he would like to meet you first before going into any details. So would you oblige by coming with me? First tell me who your master is, and I'll consider it." She looked at him. Guren was indeed going to tell him that he was Orochimaru, the reason being, many bounty ninjas and miscreants out there knew about Orochimaru, and most feared his name. And perhaps it would be the same in this situation. Perhaps he would understand that he need to come, otherwise Orochimaru would be after him. And not to mention, Orochimaru gave her the order if he did not come along, he was supposed to be taken out. Orochimaru could not risk a village like Konoha getting more powerful people on their side, or the other nations. He had a lot of big plans for the future, and he needed to have the strong people on his side, not on the other nations. Guren leaned in as her finger trailed up his arm. "Orochimaru," she whispered in his ear. She felt his body stiffen at that, thinking that it was working. Now he understood who was after him. He would make the right choice and not do anything stupid otherwise. Well, he would come to regret it. However, she was surprised when he snaked a hand around her neck. As he held on to her, his voice calmly whispered in her ears. "Now here I thought that you were some nobody, however. You're working for one of the most dangerous missing links in the elemental nation. You're quite a dangerous woman, aren't you?" "Yes, I seem to be. Now, will you come with me? Or do I have to bring you back by force?" "I will advise against it, because I don't want to rough up that pretty face of yours," she said to him. "You are indeed handsome," she said. "Well, thank you," said Naruto. "And I don't want my face to get roughed up. So yeah, I will come with you." "Good," said Guren. "Don't try and think funny now. Let us go. You know, a moment ago, you were just asking me to come. Now it seems like you're forcing me. What if I choose to decline?" As Naruto looked down, he felt something poke him. "I'm afraid that is not an option. You're already in my sights. I can't let you go." Interesting. Is that a crystal?" "That is not important right now. So why don't we go?" "Alright then," said Naruto as he slowly got up. This woman could not harm him. He did not fear her, however. Orochimaru was a different game. It's not like he feared a snake. In actuality, he did not see a single person in this entire planet that he feared. Maybe it was arrogance, but he just didn't fear anyone. He had the power to back himself up. He could kill any Kage, anyone that chose to step against him. However, Orochimaru was a problem for the League for a long time now. The man was a vile stain on this earth, and Naruto didn't know why. The opportunity that knowing that Orochimaru was so close, and that he could kill him, was too enticing to give up. So he decided that he was going to check it out, and kill the snake in the process, and see where he has been hiding this entire time. Who knows, maybe it's going to be fun, and give him a new purpose to look forward to. Bounty hunting was fun, however. He wanted something more beneficial to do. Something to focus his life on right now. He didn't know what it was, but he felt like he was going to find it soon. Stepping outside, her partners did not reveal themselves. They stood in hiding, as Guren led him, but he knew they were there the entire time. Small talks were made between them, nothing too personal or nothing too talkative between her, because she didn't want to give away anything. It took them a while. However, it seems that the man had a base in almost every nation, because in this remote area, he already had a place set up here. Arriving, Naruto could feel there was a lot of people inside. However, they were all Chunin level. Some of them low Jonin, but still not enough to face him at all. Making his way, Guren walking beside him. The way she walked, she was ready to fight him if need be. However, he was not here to fight her, as he wanted to know what the snake was up to. Something tell him that this wasn't a random pickup. The snake wanted him for a reason, as he wanted to know what he was gonna do. "So far you have proven to be a gracious host. I will oblige you not to do anything stupid to get yourself killed. After all, there is no reason for you to die. My lord just wishes to speak to you." "It's alright, Guren, my dear," he said. "There's no problem," as he calmly walked. Despite not liking him calling her dear like that. Yes, he was handsome, but that still didn't mean that he could call her what he pleased. She remained quiet as she walked with him. As they entered a large circular room, there was a throne. A man stood on the center. "Ah, wonderful, Guren. You managed to track him down." "Yes, my lord." As Naruto instantly noticed that the room was surrounded by ninjas from all sides, ready to throw themselves away in order to protect their master. Naruto, the famous tail beast killer. It's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Extract missing ninja Orochimaru of the Sannin. Well, I'm glad you know me. Well, who wouldn't, said Naruto. So, you called me here. May I ask, what was the reason? Before that, though, I wish to ask you a question as my guest. Is that alright? Naruto simply shrugged. Orochimaru smiled at that. Your last name wouldn't happen to be Uzumaki, now would it? And what if it is, said Naruto. Are you related to the same Naruto Uzumaki that possessed the 9 tails within Konoha? Who? Said Naruto. Genuine confusion on his face. Well, he made it look that way. You don't know, Orochimaru said. Well, it was a long shot. Forget about it though. It's still strange that your name is similar to his. One of the men that came with Guren came beside Orochimaru as he whispered to him. Ah, I see. Orochimaru looked him over. The man was a censor and he had sensed no tail beasts. So that meant that he wasn't a tail beast. A Jinchuriki to be precise. Then he was not that child. Orochimaru thought that he was a long shot, however. The timing seemed too coincidental. And nothing in this world is ever set in stone. Strange things happen every day. However, it seems like he was wrong, but that doesn't matter. So tell me, you're indeed a Uzumaki, aren't you? Those chain. How dense your chakra is. And not to mention you're right here. And I ask again, what if I am? Well, why aren't you in Konoha? Do you perhaps hate them? I mean, your clan was allied to Konoha. You want to know something? Yes, I indeed hate them, after all. When Uzu was being destroyed, no Konoha Shinobu was there to help out. And if I was allied with them, I would be ripping your snake head off your body right now. Orochimaru chuckled as Guren sent Naruto a glare for disrespecting her lord like that. However, Orochimaru raised his hand, stopping her from saying anything. Well, it seems like it's a good thing I found you then. I've noticed your track record. How you choose to stay away from the village because you indeed don't care for them. So why don't you help me? Help you, said Naruto. Yes. Help me help you to get revenge for your clan. I mean, as you said, Konoha was not there to aid your clan once it was being destroyed. Those selfish bastards, even if they did get the message, I doubt they would have spared the manpower for you. They just left your clan for dead. As I don't know the details of how or what you are linked to that clan, if it's your mother or father, I'm sure that you lost someone there as well, given your age. Yes, you presume correct, said Naruto. So what are you saying? You wish to bring Konoha to its knees. One of its famous missing names, a Sani nonetheless. However, I refuse. I mean, what's the point of doing something when you know that you're gonna lose? You're just one man. And while I'm incredibly powerful, I'm just one man as well. Going up against our entire village would just be a waste of time. Oh. And that's where I can tell you delightful news. I have aides and allies to help me in my endeavor. However, I'm not going to reveal anything to you yet. Although you can gain my trust by joining my side. You can be one of my top lieutenants. You've already shown to have great power, knowledge, skills, techniques, and I want you on my side. I shall cover your expenses for being a bounty ninja. Trust me, the payout will be great. So what do you say? You want to aid me in destroying Konoha? As Naruto stood there, he could fight Orochimaru here and now. However, the man had a plan, and he said he had aid and allies. That meant he was going up against a Hidden Leaf. As much as Naruto did not care much about the Hidden Leaf village because of several reasons, there was a handful of people that he didn't want to see hurt, and he wouldn't allow the village to be destroyed. Therefore, yes, I'll tag along with the plan right now, but do keep in mind, if you choose to betray me when this is all over, I'll kill you, Orochimaru. Orochimaru chuckled. I was just gonna say the same thing to you, he said. Now, he said, getting out of his chair. Let us talk, Naruto Uzumaki. Or should I say, the Tail Beast Killer. But guys, to be in subscribe right here. If you want some next part, do like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on that bell notifications and post a button of notes. See you guys soon. Peace.